CAD を捨てろ。聞こえないのか。
Hey everyone, in today's list I will recommend you guys 10 anime where main character goes to an elite school and becomes overpowered. Keep in mind there are many famous and other anime in this genre which wouldn't be in this list. But before we start, be sure to subscribe and turn on notification to stay notified about our latest videos. In 10th place comes an Unbreakable Machine-Doll. The story takes place in the early 20th century, where science coexisting with magic has come together to develop living objects that have their own personalities. Fast forward a few years and the story follows a young puppeteer by the name of ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴜ and his machine doll, Yaya. The two must work together to achieve the title of wise man at their academy. A sort of king capable of almost anything. The only problem is that due to Ration's poor grades he ends up in second last for qualifying in the battle royale out of thousands of students. And only the top 100 students can participate. This is a great premise, and I was excited to see how it would be executed. I think most people would enjoy this anime. In 9th place is Assassin's Pride. Kufa Vampire is a famous assassin in his organization. One day he got a mission. He was required to oversee the daughter of a famous paladin. Paladin is a kind of class in terms of fighting, if samurai who are skilled with sword techniques, archer in terms of archery, while paladin is a class of fighters who rely on mana, whereas a kind of strength that comes from oneself, usually where comes from the bloodline. If their lineage has an extraordinary mana, then it is certain that their offspring will have the same mana. Kufa was assigned to oversee the paladin's daughter ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴜ, who apparently did not have a mana even though her father was a famous paladin. Kufa is tasked with supervising ᴅɪsᴄ to ascertain whether ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴜ is a child of paladin and not the result of cheating, and if it is proven that ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴜ is not a child of paladin, then Kufa is required to kill ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴜ. In 8th place is Full Metal Panic. This series follows a member of the mithril organization, ᴅɪsᴄʟᴜᴜ. He has been assigned with the task of protecting a high school girl, Chidori Kanami, from terrorists and other bad people. To do this, he has to enroll in her high school. Of course, when ᴅɪsᴜᴜ is a stiff with no experience or knowledge whatsoever when it comes to socializing with other people, trouble is predestined to arise. The story of this anime series is pretty good. In one moment, you're watching an intense and serious battle situation, where giant robot fights it out with futuristic technology, and in the next, you're watching a really good high school comedy. This series changes between those two a lot, and it's done well, because you get a mix of genres, varying from mecha to high school comedy at its best. This makes the story really enjoyable. There's one flaw however, and that's the all-too-open ending of the series. But then again, it has a sequel, so I'm okay with that. In 7th place is Heaven and Earth. This a typical shounen anime that takes all the concepts that worked well in other shounen anime and puts it into a high school setting. It is basically about two delinquent boys, Soichiro and Bob, who enter a school hoping to take it over, like their previous schools, but problems occur, and then the story turns into a quest to become stronger. Even though this is not the least bit original, the story does become very interesting when it reaches the extremely long flashback, revealing a lot about certain characters. However, soon after this flashback arc the story finishes, leaving a lot of questions unanswered and half the story untold. Overall, this anime did a great job in adapting the superb manga story.
Don't mind me. Was that out? Hey, stop right there! Where the hell are you going?
I'm free to go, aren't I? So, I'm gonna bounce, and I'll be back by the next bell.
You're literally planning on running out the clock?
Sure am. Purple.
Hey! So hot!
I'm out!
In 6th place is Armed Girls Machiavellism. This anime might seem same as any other harem anime, but the plot and the whole summary is actually pretty different. The main character is a transfer student, and his new school has some weird rules where they force males to dress and act like a girl, but he refuses. Girls part of the anime isn't bad either. Character development as for the main character is pretty good but doesn't cover other supporting characters. Well, that's because anime itself is pretty short. Art is pretty solid and the sound isn't bad either. Yes, it is a harem anime, but it also has a unique plot, and if nothing it's pretty funny. So if you're not a huge fan of harem anime, watch this one just to laugh a bit. In 5th place is the daily life of the immortal king. As a cultivation genius who has achieved a new realm every 2 years since he was a year old, Wang Ling is a near-invincible existence with prowess far beyond his control. But now that he's 16, he faces his greatest battle yet, senior high school. With one challenge after another popping up, his plans for a low-key high school life seem further and further away. This is a Chinese anime, and I've seen a lot of people watching it and giving a positive review. I personally enjoyed it too. In 4th place is ⴅ when an extraterrestrial organism known as Savage attacks mankind. The only technology capable of combating the enemy is a weapon known as ⴅ. A survivor of a savage attack, Hayato Kisaragi is a teenager boasting the highest compatibility level with the aforementioned technology, and as a result, is invited to master his skills at Little Garden, a prestigious military academy aboard a battleship. Over the course of his intense training for the battle ahead, he immediately attracts the interest of multiple female peers and gets drawn into a number of incidents as he tries to fight against the creatures that now inhabit Earth and threaten its safety. In 3rd place is Tokyo Majin. This was just an amazing anime, but wish it was longer. The story was good. It's about 5 students who ends up meeting each other. I'm not going to spoil it, so I'm skipping parts. So the high school students with powers have to stop all the demons who keeps causing commotion in Tokyo. Soon they realize their greatest threat, which involves more even powerful demons, is to come. Everything was good, but I just dislike how it ends, and you'll find out if you watch. In 2nd place is Freezing. The story is original, although it has the overused theme of aliens coming to Earth for reasons unknown other than destruction. A typical fanservice harem anime was easily revealed when the main roles were given to sexy teenage girls with giant racks and fetishes for younger boys. They attempted, and accomplished well, to have a good amount of action and shounen aspects, which I found the most blatant factor of why this anime was good. The amounts of ecchi were tastefully included, not shoved in your face at every scene, which is a plus, and the overall plot kept you guessing. Near the end, however, like many other short anime, was rushed dramatically, dropping the amount of effect it has on the audience. But overall I'd say it was pretty decent.
So, want to see a portion of the magic I can control?
Look at how dense it is! There's no way! How's it so concentrated?
In 1st place is Wise Man's Grandchild. I'm sure at this point most of you have already watched it. Another typical isekai show where overpowered main character is transferred to another world. But despite the fact that it's so generic, I still love it. I'll say up front that if you are one of the people that despises isekais, then this is without a doubt not the anime for you. The art for this anime is pretty generic, and there isn't really anything in particular that stands out, as far as the art style goes. I don't really mind it, but I know that other people out there will believe the contrary. Overall I'd say it's pretty decent and amusing. I personally enjoyed it quite a lot. Alright guys, that's it for today's list. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also join our Discord server, and if you have free time check out my merch store website, Twitter and Facebook page, links are in the description.